I want to give a huge shout out and a thank you to my sponsor, P2 Collectibles, located at 204 East McGalley Road in Muncie and on eBay as well. So next time you're here in Muncie, let us know. Come give us a visit.
Hey, what is up, y'all? This is Alex from Plus3 TCG. Today I'm going to be coming at y'all with some cards you may not know about in Savage Strike. We're going to be getting Savage Strike here in the TCG on February 1st, 2019. But if you're new to the channel, this is a segment where I talk about cool or useful cards in the new sets that have not gotten a ton of hype, and today is no different. We're just going to hop right in. First one is a normal trap card. It's Witch's Strike. I feel like some people know about this card. It's used in the OCG somewhat. Anyways, if your opponent negates a normal or special summon or negates the activation of a card or effect, destroy all cards your opponent controls and in their hand. I would say this is a pretty interesting side choice for the times. You know, you're going to see strategies that are maining solemns like Altergeist or an anti-meta strategy. This also has some cool applications for certain hand traps like Ash, Infinite Permanence, Ghost Spell, but this probably isn't the most effective means at responding to a hand trap, as we have things like Call by the Grave, Gamma. Those are probably a little bit better than those, but I guess you could argue that this is just another way to negate hand traps, kind of like I don't know, if you wanted to play 3 of these and Call by the Grave, I guess you're like making sure that hand traps don't go through, but this doesn't help you turn 1. So I don't know. I think it's a cool side strategy for mainly things like solemns, and it punishes your opponent for using these power cards by responding to their destruction of your card, or the negation of one of your cards. And you punish them by destroying a lot of their cards. So that's what I think this card is going to be useful for, is kind of responding to mainly solemn warnings, just the Solemn Brigade essentially. And the next normal trap we're going to be looking at is Shiranui Style Skill. Effect reads: special summon 1 zombie monster from your hand, but banish it when it leaves the field. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 zombie monster you control. It becomes unaffected by other card effects for the rest of this turn. You can only use 1 Shiranui Style Skill effect per turn. It only once that turn. So, as you can see, this is obviously a good zombie card. Its great effects is pretty effective as far as protecting all of your zombies, especially the new Doom King Baldrock. Baldrock? I think that's how you pronounce it. Anyways, that card is really good. It allows you to maintain board control as long as you control a face-up zombie world, of course, but that's not super hard in the deck. Its activated effect is pretty cool too. It allows for some pretty neat, solid extension plays as well. Besides the fact that it's a trap and can't really utilize it turn 1, it's kind of a setup card, but it does have some really neat effects. I see this card getting some use in zombie strategies, but since I'm not like a zombie expert, I kind of leaving it up to y'all to let me know exactly how good or bad this card is and what are some of the applications. Let me know down in the comment section below. Then we have the quick play spell uni-zong Tune. Effect reads: target 1 tuner in either player's graveyard and 1 face-up monster on the field. Banish the first target, then treat the other target as a tuner. Also, its level become that banished zombie or banished monster's level until the end of this turn. You can only activate 1 uni-zong once per turn. Obviously, you see where I'm going with this. I let it slip. Not even let it slip. Just I think this is a zombie. I think this is a zombie card, even though it doesn't say anything inherently about zombies. I think there's a lot of synergy with zombies, especially Shiranuis, except for the tuners, obviously. The tuners don't do anything when they're banished, but all of the Shiranuis, if I'm recollecting correctly, do something when they're banished. Like Spirit Master, I know pops a card. I think Solitaire Special is one of your banished ones, or one from Grave or something like that. I know there's one, the new one, it draws a card, discards a card, and then I can't remember which one it is, but I know one adds 1 back to hand from your grave or your banish. So there's a lot of utility there with the Shiranui specifically. Maybe there's some like cool tuner plays to be made outside of zombies, but the fact that Shiranuis have tuners, I think it just sounds like this is a zombie card. I see a lot of zombie synergy here, even like with cards that we don't have, like Shinobi Necro, because it specials itself when it's banished to activate a card effect or buy a card effect. but that's a Japanese Shonen Jump promo, so who knows if we're ever going to get that card. So let's just move on and go into our first monster, Kathy Eve L2. Very cool looking card, but this is not the card Cyberses need. It's a monster light, Cyberse effect, level 2, attack 800, defense 600. If this card is in your hand, you can target one level 3 or higher monster you control, reduce its level by 2, also special summon this card. You can only use this effect of Kathy Eve L2 once per turn. So this is another extension card for Cyberses. Yippity doo dah. Super excited. I'm not like a super advanced Cyberse player because it's not the only deck I play. I play lots of different decks, and Cyberse just happens to be one of the ones that I kind of toy around with. It's just that, man, this deck is straight trash because we don't have any good starters. Lady Debug is not enough. Lady Debug can now add this, so that's kind of cool. And then off that, there's essentially a one card combo with Lady Debug where you can get into some stuff, but we just need like a spell that does something really good. Something like Union Hanger, where it's got multiple effects, or maybe like a continuous spell that's got multiple effects, or just some kind of searcher that gets us, or like a card that specials from deck, but you can't special anything but Cyberses for the rest of the turn. I don't know. We need a starter card, and we keep getting extenders. So it's kind of like Goki in the fact that we have a lot of cards that special summon themselves, but they're not even like the greatest extenders. They just require too much for them to be special summoned, and we just need more like generic extenders. Like I guess stuff like this that can just like special summon from hand, but I don't know. This is a cool Cyberse card. It's a cool Cyberse extender, but it's not the stuff we need. As you have heard me say before, talking about Cyberse, we don't need extenders. We need starters. So I guess this is just another good starter for the deck. So moving on to what I would say is one of my favorite cards in this set. Frele, I don't know, like the last part looks like Slay, so Frele. Or Skyward Ceiling Stage, I'm not sure which one it's going to be. Anyways, it's a light thunder, and its attack is 1900, defense 200, it's a level 4. With an effect that reads as, when your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can tribute this special summon card, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that monster. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can special summon one thunder monster from your hand in defense position. You can only use each effect of Frele once per turn. Now, I don't know about y'all, but right when I saw this card, I'm like, man, this has Ties of the Brethren written all over it. Because not only would this be a good card in stun decks, like that use Thunder King Rayao and Lightning Rod Lord, because that is a crazy stun. You've got a stake on wheels. It also acts as a summon negator. Then you have Frele, which is your monster negator, and then you get to special a thunder from hand. And then you have your Lightning Rod Lord, which prevents your opponent from activating spells, or either of us, I think, until main phase 2, which is a pretty cool lock when considering like how much grounds all three of those cards cover as far as interruption. This card is good in like stun decks, but it's also arguably good in Thunder Dragons. If you have this Gold Sark and an extender, you pretty much are good to go and into a full combo without the worry of hand traps, except impermanence. And if they have impermanence, well, then they have impermanence. I guess just try to play around it. But if you summon this, I mean, at least you're good on all other hand traps except for impermanence. And I think that's relevant enough. And if you do end up activating its effect, then you can special summon a thunder monster from hand. So if you have an extender, if you have this Gold Sark, this Gold Sark and an extender, you just have so much utility. And I think this is something that you can play in pure Thunder Dragons. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is a pretty good normal summon to be activating, considering you don't need to use your normal summon after your first one usually. So if you just have this and two extenders, you're usually pretty good to go. Those are the cards that I think are going to be kind of cool in this set. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below, y'all. So let me know if you think I missed anything, or if there's a card that I could have went to a little more, or a card I could have went more in depth on. Let me know down in the comment section below, y'all. Don't forget to like, subscribe, get in with that notification gang. I appreciate y'all so much. This is Alex from Plus 3 TCG signing out.